It has been a sad month for the Hollywood industry as the tragedy from the set of Rust is fresh in everyone's mind. In today's video, we will delve into the investigation going on the set of Rust and find out more about Dwayne Johnson's latest pledge of never using real guns on stage again. Stay tuned to find out, is Alec Baldwin facing criminal charges? And how will Dwayne Johnson's pledge affect his action movies? What was Dwayne Johnson's all-famous pledge? Following the incident of the Rust shooting, Dwayne Johnson, everyone's favorite action hero, pledged to never use real guns again. In an interview with Variety, The Rock expressed his sadness over the death of Helena Hutchins in the Rust tragedy, followed by making the promise. First of all, the former WWE champion started, "I was heartbroken. My heart goes out to her family and everybody on set." He then followed his condolences with his life-altering pledge. "Any movie that we have moving forward with $7 Productions, we won't use real guns at all," promised the Jumanji star. $7 is Dwayne Johnson's own production company and has produced some of our all-time favorites like Shazam from 2019, Baywatch 2017, Rampage 2018, and Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs & Shaw 2019. Hiram Garcia, president of production of $7, also seconded Johnson's pledge later at the event. "I know for us going forward, we are never going to deal with live guns again on set at all, even for blanks. It's just not necessary. Forever, moving forward, we're going to use rubber guns because it's just not necessary," he said to Variety. He further clarified that $7 ensures all safety protocols currently as well, and there's a safety meeting before every shoot too. Will Johnson's pledge affect his recently released movie Red Notice? Red Notice 2021 was only recently released and featured the charming Ryan Reynolds, loved by all Gal Gadot, and Dwayne Johnson. The pledge made by The Rock in an interview with Variety was at Red Notice's premiere in Los Angeles. The movie is an action sequence film and therefore does feature real arms. However, according to Johnson's pledge, this will be his last movie featuring any real weapons. If anything, this pledge made by the San Andreas star will only increase the following of the star and the number of tickets bought for his film. The star, along with the two other actors in Red Notice, is already loved by many, and for such a pledge, he's getting immense support as everyone is angry and heartbroken over the Rust tragedy. A statement like this from an iconic figure like him gives fans hope that the industry is reducing the number of such accidents. How will Dwayne Johnson's promise affect the rest of the industry? $7 Productions will inevitably gain a lot of fan following and support from big names after Johnson's pledge. They are also one of the very first production companies to have made such a pledge. The fact that prop and fake guns cost a lot more than real guns tells us Johnson and his production company have the guts and heart to make such a huge change in their filming. "We are not going to worry about the dollars. We won't worry about what it costs," said The Rock to Variety after pledging. Since Johnson is already a respected figure in Hollywood, and his company has produced groundbreaking films ranging from Jumanji to Jungle Cruise to Hobbs, his statement will attract other production companies to do the same. We expect many others to make such statements in his footsteps, or beware, they could lose their fan support going over to $7. What went down in the Rust tragedy? A quick recap of the Rust tragedy for all of you who have missed out on it. A tragic accident occurred at the shooting of Alec Baldwin's latest movie, Rust. Helena Hutchins, the 42-year-old cinematographer, was shot dead by Alec Baldwin. The tragedy was an accident as Baldwin was given a .45 caliber Colt revolver without thoroughly checking for live bullets. When he fired it, a live-bled bullet hit and took the life of the beloved Helena. Director Joel Souza was also injured in the incident. There is still mystery surrounding how a live bullet made it into an on-set gun. According to Hannah Reed, who was in charge of the weapons on set, she had checked all the guns and had found no live ammunition. Furthermore, according to the police reports, Dave Halls, the assistant director, handed the weapon to Baldwin, telling him it was cold and safe to use. Is the Rust tragedy the first tragic accident that has occurred in a shooting? The unfortunate answer to this question is no. Sadly, the Rust tragedy is just another addition to the list of many such incidents. Stuntwoman Joy S.J. Harris died in a motorcycle crash on the set of Deadpool 2, released in 2018. She was playing the action sequence of actress Zazie Beetz when her motorcycle hit a curb and she flew into the glass window of a nearby building. Ricardo Cordelius, a crew member on the set of Resident Evil: The Final Chapter 2016, died from injuries he sustained while on the set. On a general safety check day, Cordelius got trapped in between a Hummer and a wall. Stuntman Harry O'Connor died while performing a paragliding stunt in place of actor Vin Diesel in the film Triple X, released in 2002. He hit a bridge pillar in Prague leading up to his death. These are only some of the many accidents that have occurred on sets in the Hollywood industry, and they leave us with only one thing to wonder about. When will these stop, and who should we hold responsible for the loss of these innocent lives? Keep watching to find out who is going to suffer the consequences of the Rust shooting. Who is to be held responsible for what went down on the sets of Rust? The Sheriff's Department and investigators are still looking into who should be held responsible for Helena's untimely death and the injury of director Joel Souza. Of course, simply Alec Baldwin himself cannot be held accountable as he was handed an unchecked gun and was unaware himself. According to reports and investigations, the blame goes on the weapon manufacturer, the armorer, the first assistant director, and the production company. Of course, a gun not being manufactured the right way can lead to such accidents, and in that case, the manufacturer is liable. It was also the job of the armorer, or better known as the weapons master, to ensure the safety of all weapons present on the set. According to reports, the armorer of Rust had never been in this position before, and this was their first time. There is a first assistant director responsible for ensuring all safety measures are followed on the set. Another shocking reveal made by investigators shows that the first assistant director for Rust had a history of unsafe practices. And, as you might have already guessed, any accidents on a set are the production company's fault, and if the victim's family files a lawsuit, the production company will get the highest blame. Well, Alec Baldwin faced criminal charges. The shot that killed Helena on the set of Rust was fired by none other than Alec Baldwin. Even though the actor was told the gun was safe to use, the blame could still fall on Baldwin. According to law professionals, it is yet to be decided if the gunfire was a case of ignorance or the gun malfunctioned. Usually, set shootings and accidents are regarded as accidents, and criminal charges are not filed. Therefore, we can expect Baldwin to go off freely. The actor has also been hugely supportive of the family of Helena, and they might decide to not press charges. However, the final decision still lies on the investigation and what the sheriff's department concludes. What has been the industry response to this incident? Apart from Johnson's recent pledge, there have been many other industry responses to this incident as well. Many advocacy groups and worker safety groups are calling for production companies to ensure their workers are protected. The IATSE, featuring more than 600 makeup artists, cameramen, costume designers, etc., called for a culture of safety on sets. For the time being, they settled down after reaching a deal with the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. Craig Zobel, the director for Mayor of Easttown, also spoke against the use of prop guns in general on any sets. There's computers now. The gunshots on Mayor of Easttown are all digital, he tweeted. A Change.org petition is also being filed with over 4,300 signatures. It calls for Helena's Law to be passed, which would ban the use of any real guns on any set. We are hoping this petition, the pledge of Dwayne Johnson, Zobel's compelling tweets, among others, would make a significant change to how shooting is done on sets. That's it for today's video. If you liked it, make sure you drop a thumbs up in the comments, and don't forget to hit that bell icon to keep yourself updated. Don't forget to comment your thoughts on Johnson's pledge and the whole tragic incident. Hey, we'll see you in the next one.